Hello and welcome to Let's Play City Skylines with Lucky Rat. So here we are in Des Moines, Iowa, our little city that does need a boost in population today. Recently, we received a game update for the new Plazas and Promenades expansion, which broke the game with my ridiculous mods and assets completely. So, we had to completely rebuild the entire city. I did do a decent job of recreating the city as it was before, including the street renames. You will notice that it looks different as I removed a ton of the custom assets, which did remove a lot of the permanently cruddy looking residential areas, but for some reason it left the corporate zoning buildings having an Asian look, in the sense that they have a ton of either Japanese or Chinese neon advertising signs. With that aside, let's begin. Today it's important that we build some population to reach higher milestones. So we are going to start a new area to the northwest of the current city. Starting out, we need to put some large main streets in. So we have a scope of the area that we're trying to fill in. After I get the road to stop being wibbly wobbly and snap to anything, we can start. Using these 4-lane roads, we will frame our area, but of course, I do want to have it be somewhat interesting. So for a little while here, I'm just going to be putting some roads in, and I'll catch up with you in a second. So we're going to get it to be a bit curvy and use the Move It mod once the roads are placed, just to make it look a little bit more natural and unique. So I'd like to establish a primary connection with our Riverside community as well. For some reason here, the game recording goes a little bit to pieces, but thankfully it's just for a few seconds. I'm also turning off the weather simply as it's much easier to see and build during the daytime. As a last point, we should also connect a road to the south so traffic can flow well. Now we can finally plop some agricultural, commercial areas, and residential homes for our population to grow. At this point, I take a random timeout from playing to, yes, make sure there is plenty of water for our new areas. I also like to mess around with the water spillway and add some electricity, but it's not very interesting, so we can move right ahead. The video, again, is a bit choppy here as well, but it does self-correct. Going back to plopping some more areas. Gonna start with adding some more commercial areas. Just kind of going with looking at the demand chart, making sure that not one gets super far ahead of the others. So you do want a nice balanced mix between your industrial, residential, and commercial, so everyone has a place to work and live and get their groceries and shop and have a good city. Since it's a large new area too, I do want to make sure that we are covered service-wise. So the first thing I will do is I'm actually going to add just kind of like this little modern fire station. And I can put it in a nice little area here where they can access a good majority of the city, and they're already off to go fight some fires, so that is excellent. Also want some police coverage. Our crime rate is incredibly low, but just so if there's some areas over here where the police need to get to, they at least have a little bit of ability to just send a couple of these police cars. This area only has 2, but that's pretty perfect because, again, our crime rate is really low, and it'll just... Oh, hello. We have a Guinness beer truck. Nice. Right next to the hot dog van. So you can get a delicious hot dog in the city, and get your Guinness beer at your local pub, apparently. So that's pretty cool. Never noticed that before. I do see here that we have a traffic jam going on. It seems to kind of go a little bit far back here. I am not sure why there is this traffic jam. Well, looks like we're gonna have to take some time to figure it out. So I'm gonna use my traffic manager mod, and just tell these people, yo, you need to yield to this traffic coming in. I'm also gonna assign lanes and say, you need to go this way. You can use either lane. You guys need to go this way only. So hopefully those lane assignments will help. It does look like traffic's flowing a little bit better now because of that. So that was of benefit. Uh, I also, I'm going to change this main section. I'm going to try and have certain people yield. For whatever reason, everyone wants to use this street. So I just kind of want to give them the right of way and just say, you guys can go. And I'm going to dezone this industrial area because I don't want trucks using just this little tiny street here to be trying to pick up and drop stuff off. So delete it, rezone it, and only residential in this area. If that was another minor issue causing problems. Traffic is moving. I do wish it was moving faster. Maybe if I add another street and say, now you have 2 ways to go to the other side of this area, maybe that'll help. Just gonna also check lane assignments to see if I messed up. One problem is nobody can go straight here. So I'm gonna say, if you guys want, you just go straight. And if you want to turn to the other side of the city, you need to do that here. And I definitely just start, I don't want to say getting confused, but probably playing around way too much with the lanes, where it's probably not necessary. Doing some goofy stuff like you can leave the city or turn back around, but otherwise don't come down the street. Alright. Just want to make sure there's no problems with these people thinking that they need to stop. That was a problem, so just telling them, you guys go right on ahead, everyone else will yield to you. And oh my god, 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 ooh, god, that is a bad pile up. Holy guacamole. So it's gonna be time to mess around with roads some more. I need to tell these people here where to go, and I want to make sure that lanes are being used properly, and people kind of have their own way of moving through this intersection with as minimal of interference from other traffic as possible. That does help a ton. Another thing I want to look at here is this intersection coming in from the freeway. What if I tell people that they just need to go forward? And this lane and this lane, you guys can go in the middle if you want, but hopefully that'll get people a little bit more even through the lanes and into the city. It does seem to be effective. And for the next couple minutes here, it's me just trying to figure out what the heck to do to get these roads fixed. So there's going to be a little bit of a timeout here. Well, I'm just trying to fix these dang roads that probably would have been better off had I left them alone in the first place. So that is very good. And I think what I'm going to do is just sit and let the game run for a while and see if this can't figure itself out. So now we are back and the traffic looks amazing now. So that is fantastic. I think deleting the roads there in that intersection was the best thing. So that's great. Now we're putting down some more residential because we really want to hit that next milestone to unlock some new things. And just in general have a bigger population. The city was pretty small. I really did need to add a large area, a significant area, to make it bigger. Just going through, again, making sure we're covered for the things that we need to be covered for. Education looks fine. College, or university, I should say, we do not have yet. Still need 7,500 people for that. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Parks. I will need to put in some parks. As I'm going to want the lane value to be good. So I do want some more road over here so I can place our park. I could place it, but I don't like how that road looked. So I'm going to start from the bottom here and then link it up to the top. And that's quite a bit nicer. Adding in a park. You have lots of options. Don't have the sunken plaza here yet, so let's go ahead and put that in. And that one is very good. People like that quite a bit. And I do want another. So let's put in a plaza with picnic tables. It's pretty large, but we can't use that side of the road to place anything anyway because of the gradient. And then lastly, a park over there, which we'll take a closer look at. It's pretty neat looking. So the land value for entertainment's very good now. So people will want to move in. Fantastic. I'm going to put in a little road here. Just to use this area a little bit more. I feel like it would exist in the town of Des Moines, in our nice little city, for this road to be put here. It's kind of close to the commercial, so I'm actually gonna just use that opportunity to say, hey, here's some more commercial. Because why not? People want places to get the things that they need. Again, I'm going to make the mistake of messing around with the streets again by hooking this street back up. I don't know why I'm obsessed with no parking, but no. Gotta get rid of all this parking. No, 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 no. No parking. How dare they? How dare they try and park on these streets? So, I remove the street again because why not? I have to just keep building and destroying over and over and over because I'll fix traffic, but then I want to make it even better than what it was. And then I ruin what was good about my city design in the first place. So I feel like that's going to be a lesson that I just need to learn over time to make changes to streets, but then allow them the time to sort of clear up on their own. You know, the changes aren't going to go into effect immediately. It's going to take time for traffic to sort itself out. Oh, we reached 5,000. Yes. Okay. So, it's a great milestone because it gives us a lot of new roads. It gives us a lot of upgraded buildings, and it gives us mass transit. So we are going to start with a bus depot. This is going to lower traffic a lot and make people happy. So just setting up the lines, the different lines throughout the city. I'm going to set up two main ones, and that's pretty much going to connect the two sides of the city together. So if someone wants to get from one side of the city to the other, they can walk or drive or take a bus, and then they just have to get off, walk across the street to the other side of the city, and then they can get on a bus and drive wherever they need to on that side. So that is a great system, and it'll be hopefully very good for traffic. I do want to look at the lines themselves, just to see how many people are using them. I'm going to up their count of how many buses there are. A lot of this is getting super fast forwarded because the video was already very, very long, and I just needed it to be a little bit shorter. So unfortunately, that was the problem with this video, is that there was a lot of things that I wanted to get done really quickly, and if it was in real time, the video would be an hour and a half long. So that's my fault. I'll make sure that they're in nicer edible chunks, without skipping a lot. I mean, it wasn't going to be an hour and a half regardless, but I would have been lucky to get it to an hour without fast forwarding a lot of this. So yeah, this is just observing the city, the traffic, doing a lot more of that managing, letting people know, okay, here's the lanes you can use to do the things that you need to do them with. I also take the time to up my electricity here. One of the things that I was figuring out with the wind turbine, that's the water wind turbine, is that depending on how fast the water is moving, sort of determines what megawatt availability you get out of it. So these ones that are in the deep water are only getting 4 because the water's not moving very fast at all. And kind of in the area where the waterfall kind of section is, that was the only area I was getting any wattage in. So that's something that I'll need to fix another time. I also, when I was down there, just noticed the water pollution. I really don't like pollution in my city at all if I can help it. I did create this new area over here that's just water treatment that wasn't in the original. But you know, the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, I don't have enough water treatment plants, or I need all the different kinds. So as you can see, there's different types of water treatment buildings up here, including a trash depot. And for whatever reason, this uh, I can't delete this electrical wire guy. He just won't be deleted. So what I end up doing is just kind of giving up and saying, all right, then I'll just move it mod you to somewhere over here where you're out of the way. But anyway, so yeah, with the water, I'm thinking, all right, I need to make sure that I have a lot of them and that I have all the different kinds that are unlockable to me. With this tank reservoir, this is just if there's a huge spike in water for some reason, you have storage left over that you can use for a while. And pumping service isn't something that we need at this point. Already have the activated sludge process tank, but put another one in thinking that'll help. Same thing with this building. I already have one, but maybe I need two. And then I look at, okay, I've got clarifiers. I'll put two more of those in. And this last building. So essentially I've doubled, if not more, my sewage treatment capacity. And then I will link them up to the system so that they're all connected. Fantastic. I'm not sure if they produce jobs or not, but certainly people like their water to be clean, I'm sure. And then here, just cleaning up my don't be parking on these streets. I don't know, I just hate seeing cars on streets. I don't like it. Unless they're dead-end streets or whatever, then I say, yeah, it's okay, you guys can park. So I'm just looking through the city, making sure everything is flowing well and everything is looking good. Right here, I'm just thinking about making another connection between these two sides, a little bit further up than the one that we already have. So I just kind of make a little bit of a curved road there, to spread the traffic out a little bit, for sure, certainly. But also, if people just need to go down this far from further north in the city, which will be built up later, that they don't have to go all the way down and then have to turn around on the other side and go back up. Just makes a little bit more of a direct path between the two areas, and people are using it, so that's good to see. So as you can see, there is a lot of brown in this lake, just indicating that it's very polluted. There's a lot of sewage still going in. So I'm thinking with all these new sewage treatment plants hooked up, that that problem should be pretty much eliminated. But what I am noticing is maybe it has something to do with where I'm putting the water tanks. Like maybe these water tanks need to be further up. Like there needs to be an order to it where its water gets pumped, then it goes to sewage treatment, then it goes to the end of the line. So I disconnect it, and then I'm thinking, okay, here's the order we're gonna do it. We're gonna have it go up. It's gonna go through the water treatment. It has to. Then it's gonna come back down, and then the spill outs will make it nice, right? So people are getting the water, using it, it's then going through the sewage treatment, and then it's going through the pipes. So I'm just going through the city policies here, just to see if there's any ones that we want to implement. I'm not going to do pet ban, forget that. Recycling would be nice, but we don't have a trash problem right now. People are recycling anyway. I am going to turn on smoking ban, just for the health reasons. Because again, I do want this to be a really healthy kind of community as far as pollution and things like that. And not that smoking is pollution, but it's just good for their health, and it just seems like that's just the thing to do anymore. I'm going to turn on prefer parks, which is going to cost me some money, but it's going to make the value of each of my parks higher. So that's just going to boost entertainment and boost land value. And then as far as city planning, I have a lot of new options as well. So I have the option to ban heavy traffic. I'm not going to do that. I am, however, going to encourage biking. I would assume it has an impact on health, but should impact traffic as well. NIMBY, I'm going to ignore. I don't like that. Old Town, I am going to turn on. Essentially, this is just don't come to the town unless you live here. We don't need out-of-towners, so I'm going to put that on. Fast recovery has to do with disasters. I don't care about that. Combustion engine ban. Certainly an interesting one, but no. I'm not going to force people to drive electric cars either, so they can use both. Filter industrial waste, absolutely. Maybe that'll help with our pollution. I don't want to boost connections right now. Workers union, no. You also don't have that as a policy, at least. So that's great. So hopefully those will lower the traffic, make the land value go up, and increase the health of our citizens some. No parking, of course, needs to be put in. And these are some certainly nice looking high-tech industrial areas, which is pretty cool. And right next to them we have some cool pigs, which is radical, as well as some moo-moos and sheeps as well. Look at those beautiful bovines. And right here is just another section of the video where I'm thinking about what I'd like to do next. So I'm returning back to my water and the water pollution and just noticing, hey, there's still a lot of brown in this lake. And looking at the water here, there's water availability and a sewage treatment. And I'm noticing by actually looking at the numbers that have more than enough sewage treatment, even though the water pollution isn't going down. So what's up with that? So I'm going to test here, removing one of my sewage outlets and then the other one. And the numbers for the sewage treatment and the water availability remain the same. So I don't even need those outlets at all, because all the water I'm pumping is being retreated, or treated, not retreated, and going back to the citizens of the city, and I don't need the sewage outlets because I'm not actually making any sewage. So I can just delete all those pipes, and according to the numbers, I don't need a lot of these sewage treatment plants. So I'm actually going to remove them until I get to the point where I'm still treating all the water, but I'm not over treating it to the point where I'm losing just boatloads of money with water treatment plants that I don't actually need. All right. So now that I'm no longer polluting, this area should, over time, I don't know how much time it's going to take, but over time, oh, look, see, the pollution's already cleaning itself up. So that is great. Let us take the time to see if this will go away on its own. And so it is going away on its own, but it's going to take a lot of time, a lot more time than I care to take in this video. So we are just going to move on. I'm going to look at the other little pieces of our info panel just to check, make sure that all of our citizens' needs are being met. I'm gonna put another couple cemeteries down because they're starting to fill up, and we won't actually be able to empty them until a higher milestone. I'm thinking about putting a child care center down for our city. That just might make people more happy, but I don't know if there's enough demand for it, really. Elder care, there's certainly not enough demand for. I just don't see a point in putting that down. So we're not gonna. Crime, it's very low, but we don't have much jail availability. So I am gonna put another police station down, and bam. Now we have plenty of space, so our citizens can be safe, and the criminals don't think, oh hey, they'll arrest me, but they don't have a jail to put me in, so I can do whatever I want. And I mean, we can see that the pollution in the water is way lower already, so it will disappear in time. Hello. One of our treatment plants, though, is making pollution, so goodbye. You're gone. We still have plenty of sewage treatment left. But now, one of our treatment places next door doesn't have electricity. So let's go ahead and connect that up. Fantastic. Our citizens are pretty happy. The commercial are the least happy. But I don't know what else I could do for them. Looking at the bus lines. People are using the bus lines. That's really good. I'm going to make the buses look different. And that actually also changes their capacity. So it's multifunctional to the point where they look nicer on our streets and the buses can hold way more people. So looking at the lines again, now the buses can hold 50 people each. It's way better. And we don't need as many buses. That's just gonna clog up the roads, and we don't need them anyway. If they're not transporting people, there's not enough need for them. But they do look really cool. They have a nice look to them. So that is going to be great. And here's the other bus, and it's red. Probably because the line color is red and blue, so then the buses reflect that. So this pretty much leads us to the end of the video. I'm just kind of goofing around here a little bit. The goal of this video was to increase our citizens. We've done that very successfully. Traffic was definitely the biggest problem. So it might be wise to not make such huge areas in the future. And let people move in over time so traffic doesn't get so terrible. We also have our first mass transit in the bus stations. We have all our citizen needs being met. We got rid of our final pollution source, being water pollution. So even though the video was really long, it was really great in the things that we needed to get done. I don't know what I want to do next video yet. If you haven't yet, please do hit like and subscribe. If I can get one subscriber on this video, subscriber on this video, that would be excellent. That would be my top thing. But if you just want to like or comment, let me know things that you like or things that you might like to see in future videos. I'd really appreciate that as well. And I will see you all next time.